I did not kill anybody.
I didn't murder anybody.
Don't call me Isabella.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm not Isabella. Do the DNA test so it proves me
Don't
right.
tell me how to do my job. Don't tell me how to do my job.
What happens when a smile hides a storm within? Meet Isabella Guzman, a name that became infamous after an act so horrific that shook the whole world. Was she a ruthless criminal, or was there something even more sinister beneath the surface? One night she calmly walks out of a bathroom, her face covered with blood, a strange smile on her lips. Her stepfather stares in horror as she descends the stairs, leaving behind a scene more terrifying than any horror movie. This isn't fiction, this is the chilling true story of Isabella Guzman, the girl who shocked the world. Isabella Guzman was born on June 9, 1995, in the quiet town of Aurora, Colorado. It's a place known for its natural beauty, attracting many families who love the outdoors. But behind the walls of one family's home, a storm was brewing that would end in tragedy. What would drive an 18-year-old girl to murder her own mother in cold blood? Isabella's parents, Robert Guzman and Yunmi Hoy, divorced when she was just 7 years old. They tried to keep things civil, working together in a photography studio, even after their separation. But things changed when Yunmi remarried. Her new husband, Ryan Hoy, became a point of tension for Isabella. Isabella told her mother she was failing at replacing her real dad, and this created a rift that would never heal. As the family struggled financially, Isabella became more isolated, feeling like an outcast among her peers. Those who knew Isabella noticed something dark growing within her. She was often unhappy, refusing to smile or spend time with her parents. Her resentment toward her mother grew with each passing day. When her mother, Yunmi, sent her to live with her father, hoping it would help, it only made things worse. By the time she was a teenager, Isabella was bouncing between her parents, each unable to handle her increasing hostility. At school, she was always in trouble, talking back to teachers, and eventually, she dropped out just weeks before her final exams. The fights at home became more intense, with Isabella throwing hurtful words at her parents before shutting down completely. Then came the night of August 28, 2013.
Isabella Guzman. She's accused of stabbing her mother 79 times.
With breaking news in Aurora this morning, police are now looking for this woman. They're calling her a suspect in a deadly stabbing overnight. A woman was found dead in a home on South Lima Street. This is near Parker in Havana.
Isabella waited for her mother to go into the bathroom for a shower. With a large kitchen knife in hand, she ambushed her mother, attacking her with terrifying violence. Her stepfather, Ryan, heard the screams and rushed upstairs, only to find the door locked. As blood seeped through the door, he watched in helpless horror. When Isabella finally emerged, she was holding the knife, staring at him with a chilling calmness. She then walked out the front door and vanished into the night. By the time the police arrived, Yunmi was dead, stabbed 79 times, mostly in her head and neck. A baseball bat was also found at the scene, suggesting Isabella had used it to beat her mother as well. Isabella fled, leaving her mother's lifeless body behind.
Dale, when we first got here just after 10 o'clock last night, we talked with police. They said they were waiting on a search warrant before they could go inside. When I got here at 4 o'clock this morning, I did see a few officers coming in and out, so it looks like the investigation has started. I'm going to step out real quickly for you, show you what's happening here. This is the house in question. This White House here, you can see the yellow tape blocking off, and they've also got the road blocked off as well, and you can see several squad cars still in the road here.
The police launched a massive manhunt, even calling in a helicopter to search for her. However, it was a resident who spotted Isabella in a nearby parking garage the next day, leading to her arrest. Despite being covered in blood, Isabella seemed to believe she could still escape punishment. But her calm demeanor only added to the horror of her crime. As the investigation unfolded, a darker picture of Isabella's life emerged. After dropping out of school, her fights with her mother had reached a boiling point. Just one day before the murder, Isabella had spit on her mother's face and sent her an email with a chilling message: "You will pay." The police had visited the home, and while they offered to arrest Isabella, her mother refused, hoping the situation would calm down. Less than 24 hours later, Isabella fulfilled her threat in the most horrific way possible. But what was going through Isabella's mind? Was she fully aware of her actions, or was something much more disturbing at play? Experts who examined Isabella's case suggested she might have been suffering from untreated schizophrenia. She had always preferred to be alone, even as a child, and her violent outbursts seemed to escalate without warning. Her parents believed that their financial struggles were the cause of her unhappiness, but in reality, Isabella's mental health was deteriorating rapidly. During her trial, Isabella claimed that she believed her mother was not her mother, but a woman named Cecilia. Voices in her head had convinced her that Cecilia needed to be killed to save the world. In court, Isabella pleaded not guilty because of insanity, and to the shock of many, the judge accepted her plea.
Isabella Guzman was found not guilty by reason of insanity and has spent the past 7 years at the state hospital in Pueblo.
She was sent to the Colorado Mental Health Institute at Pueblo, where she remains to this day, receiving treatment. In 2021, Isabella claimed that she had been restored to full health and was no longer a danger to herself or others.
I was not myself when I did that, and I have since been restored to full health. If I could change it or if I could take it back, I would.
But can someone who committed such a horrific crime ever truly be trusted again? Years after the murder, Isabella's bizarre expressions during her trial went viral on TikTok, with many users making light of her mental illness. The trend, accompanied by the song "Sweet But Psycho," sparked outrage, as people pointed out that it seemed to glamorize mental illness and violence. But Isabella's case is not something to be taken lightly. It's a tragic reminder of what can happen when mental health issues go untreated, and how easily the line between reality and madness can be blurred. Isabella Guzman's story is one of the most chilling and tragic cases in recent memory. It raises difficult questions about mental health, family dynamics, and the justice system. As we end this tale, one question remains: should Isabella ever be allowed to rejoin society, or is her crime too unforgivable? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with more stories that explore the darkest corners of the human mind. Stay safe, and remember, not everything is as it seems.